following material may contain sex, coarse language, and violence.
Twice.
Oh, I didn't do it twice.
Oh, fuck. Good, because you're not doing that again.
No. Well,
I'll fight you.
Not that way.
It'd be better to send your whole physical body back. Less destructive.
That was what I wanted, but...
Well, this is what you got.
This is what, happens.
And you know, it's amazing. I'm sorry, what?
You were about to say something was amazing.
Yeah, I got distracted.
Right.
Huh.
Oh, that's not allowed. God damn it.
3!
Nah, that's actually a good one.
What? Bullshit, yeah. Only I am allowed to break that trend.
Yeah, we have to get 4 twice for it to be a bad one, right? That is 28 on an insight check. What have you just realised?
No, she hasn't realised anything. She was about to say something and then stopped herself.
Oh.
Besides, I think, we could get you a long staff or throwing knives, beard. Good.
I don't know if it hasn't really come up, but, Thomas has a beard right now.
I actually always imagine you as with one of those little things. I don't know if that's true.
No, clean shaven.
Oh, okay.
Well, in the US of A, but it's I don't think the time.
So you've in the moment you're part of the journey where you wander the world as a bearded loner.
Yeah.
Fuck you. That movie sucked.
Yeah, I know.
God damn.
It's a nice beard, though.
Oh, I've seen better.
Sure, but it's nice.
Also, it's better than him having digital no beard. That looked so fucking weird.
Yeah.
Anyway. So, this is awkward and why?
Well, it looks like you're about to say something and then decided not to.
Well, I was about to tell you that I got distracted because my arm was talking to me, but I thought that would have been a bad idea.
What does it say?
Oh, it's actually just sort of like another me, because it's just a copy of me, but it's like an echo chamber.
Right.
From a Krell perspective, though, so it's interesting. I can converse with myself on a level that doesn't mean I'm crazy, is what I'm saying.
Right.
I hear voices in my head. They counsel me, they understand. They talk to me.
They talk to you.
Yeah.
How does it computate? So is your cognitive power, is it additive or multiplicative?
Multiplicative. I have a theory that I might be able to get it better, but I think that would be a bad idea. I've been thinking a lot about what it means to be a human ever since I found out that I turned into a piece of body armor.
Right.
Which, actually, sounds really soothing.
What?
No responsibility of decisions. Just...
lack of agency.
Yeah.
Just...
something deeply appealing about that, but that's just part of me talking.
Wow.
I want to try and retain as much of my humanity as possible.
I think you have to endeavour to keep the nihilism at bay somewhat.
Speaking of retaining humanity, there's an Execubot roaming around in a really, really tacky skirt.
Yeah. Just came up and harassed me.
Is it really harassment unless it's continued and prolonged?
She'll be back. Why, what else has she been doing?
Oh, she pestered me a bit.
Oh. No, she waddled away, attempting to avoid all mud.
So she can fly?
I think she wishes she could. Maybe that's why the heels are so high.
That's the heels thing. That's an attempt to gain the veneer of authority and power.
I mean,
I don't feel that's the case.
Everything's power if you look through it with a postmodern lens.
Look, I'm just saying I wouldn't listen to an archaeologist who was shorter than me.
No?
No, taller archaeologists know more. It's a fact. Look it up.
I feel like archaeologist is a profession you can be short in.
No. Taller archaeologists are more authoritative.
Right, no, I mean, physically and psychologically. You okay?
Sorry. It was a very funny sketch. Look, I'm allowed to laugh now and then.
Yeah.
I'm 17.
That's fine.
It's an excuse for any irrational behaviour I have.
I don't think that's how that works.
I mean, it totally is how it works.
I don't know, I've been 17 twice, so it wasn't how it worked.
The second time doesn't really count.
Does it not?
No, I mean, your biology can only affect you so much.
But your brain chemistry still changes.
Yep. But, like, you were totally aware of it, so you were prepared with the excuses. And, like, you do that a lot. You make up excuses for shit. You really do. Sometimes it's because you don't want to tell people the truth, like why you just drove off somewhere, burst into a house, knocked a guy out, and then left, probably because you knew about future crimes. Which means you've put yourself in the position of punishing someone for something they have not yet actually done.
Oh, there was a crime in progress.
Oh, you waited until that point. Okay. Cool. Just saying, like, I've been thinking about this future thing too, and like you were mentioning how much has changed. Which means you can't really rely on that information.
Well, that's why I need to take as many actions as possible immediately before too many things change.
Now, we've already talked about how the plan is not possible, but because you know what's going to happen, we can still work something out, right? I just need to know that I'm not wasting my time completely here.
No. I mean, it's also been slow because of what we did in the Lamada.
Oh, right, yes. I remember that.
The Grey Ghost.
Look, I'm 17. You ever done something and you feel so fucking stupid? I mean, I'm not talking about just murder or setting children on fire, but like trivial things.
Wow, rough. Trivial things. Sure.
Like playing a children's card game. Ah, there's the defensive posture.
I'm good at the children's card game.
So are children.
No, they aren't.
Oh, I was about to whip out my my new. But I gave it to you.
The Baron!
But I gave it to you. I have no idea if it's genuine. The listing said it was, but like I can't tell.
It does seem to be. It's really hard to replicate the etched foils.
You got a decent price for it, I think.
Cards fluctuating weirdly. I think it's gonna head up, like all partner cards do. But we'll see. Oh, I guess I got to play in the children's card game tournament at the Archaeologists convention.
Well, you would have had to apply already, surely, unless someone drops out. And even then, who are you going to enter as? Thomas Drapes?
Tom Maryland.
They're not going to believe that's your real name.
Nah, it's fine.
It's not fine.
It's fine.
We need to come up with an elaborate ruse, yes. Yeah.
Do you think it's ethically irresponsible to make it so that someone can't make the tournament?
Yes, I do. That would be altering the future for your own personal gain, which I realize we all do all the time. That would be like drugging a football team so they lose. And then gambling on the outcome.
Right, okay, sure. But that could be permissible under different circumstances.
I mean, like if the fate of the world depended on it. it's all about scale, and even then you have to answer the ends and means argument.
Well,
then there's the long-term run-on psychological effect of that team being drugged against their will, the taint and stigma of what... You've got to factor all of these things in. How much damage is necessary before... What is the human cost?
Right. More of an ends justify the means kind of person. Once you abstract far enough, if the end is positive, it's fine.
I don't think it's that easy. I mean, I did at one point regret.
Depends how well you abstract, I suppose. So, how long is the Archaeologists' convention?
Couple days.
Couple days.
I figured we'd leave before the last day in order to sort of show up in Hong Kong at the right time. Hey, you'll get to meet your mom.
It's gonna be weird. Being back.
And without your suit.
Yeah.
Because I'm not taking that.
I assumed that was a no-go.
Too much mass. I mean, I could probably do it, but like the math gets complicated.
Very heavy. How well do you convert matter into energy?
What, like in terms of a loss? It kind of depends on the matter, to be honest.
So food is more optimal than, say...
Because my body's already set up to do it. I mean, like, I can eat anything. It's not really eating, though.
Right. But if you, like, ate batteries or fuel, for instance...
Acids would be bad. I'd have to repair myself internally.
I see. So you have to deal with internal damage as well as creating energy.
And the more I replace it myself, the more inhuman I will become. And I don't like that.
No.
There's already significant portions of me replaced. I mean, part of my brain is locked. I mean, if you want, you can have a poke around in there, but there's nothing to disassemble. It's all solid. Except for the core.
No, I was just curious. Sometimes you eat random things. I wasn't certain how efficient it was.
Yeah, it depends on the material. Like, it never tastes good. Even food's not really terribly efficient, but I do also have to separately maintain my biological organic. Which, again, I can just assemble food in my stomach, so...
Right.
I don't really need to eat so long as there's something nearby. Just, there's part of me that feels more whole doing it the right way. I mean, if it comes down to famine, I can very easily just not eat
Right.
normal food. But you might notice your wood supply is disappearing at an alarming rate.
No, just,
Sometimes I also need certain materials because it's easier than assembling the material molecularly.
Right, so you can just disassemble and reassemble certain materials that way then.
But like if I need a lot of tin to make something, it's easier for me to consume tin and then use it
to create
rather
tin.
than making tin.
Interesting. That makes sense. It's very interesting.
It is, isn't it?
Alright. So, we're bailing on the trip back. And then showing up when it would otherwise arrive to Hong Kong.
Yes?
How much time do we lose in transit? Almost none? Or...
Practically none. I mean, there'll be the in-between stops where...
Sure.
Yeah, maybe half an hour.
Oh, well.
It's quantum tunneling, it's not like a course cart.
Yeah, but I was unsure how long you needed to stop for each time.
When we get there, I'm going to need to crash pretty hard. But we can't take too much of a break in between each jump or I'll have to recalculate, and that's going to take a long time.
What's the return on taking more fuel relative to how much energy it takes to jump? Does it peak? So you just take the optimal amount?
It gets to a point where I have to take more than is necessary, so like making a jump somewhere where there will already be something to eat is better.
Right.
Like I could quantum tunnel my way to Jupiter if I wanted, but the amount of resources I would need to take would make it impractical. It also depends on what kind of jump I'm making. If it's premeditated, it's very hard. If it's an instinctive jump, it just sort of happens.
Right. Because it uses the chromato as opposed to actual calculations.
The Krell configuration is sort of set up to be able to handle that for whatever reason, and I don't know why. It's not standard, I get that impression distinctly.
No. I mean, you don't really see Krell robots.
Well, because they generally can't do it. So either I got a special arm, or maybe I contribute more to this dyad than we think. And I know, River contributing. What the hell?
Seems to be the case.
You know, we're going to have to deal with it at some point.
Oh?
You can't just let it keep killing people.
Yeah. Hard to find the solution, though.
I'm fairly certain that's going to be one of those things you can't do alone. Don't wince.
I don't like those kinds of things.
Well, too bad. Because guess what?
There's a lot of things I can do alone.
Not everything. And I'm still not sure it's good for you to be even doing those things.
No, why?
It's about... I don't really have the words. It's about what makes a person. About no man is an island.
Back to me being more of an automaton than a person.
It's something that I have particular insight into. I'll drop it for
Point
now.
given. Point taken. I just don't like the idea of coming up with a plan and then everyone dies.
It's more likely if you try to come up with a plan that's just you.
Then maybe only I die.
And then what, Mr. I sent myself back in time with the goal of stopping this thing happening?
I don't know.
I'm not being fair.
I don't think you have to be, honestly. Some cognitive dissonance going on, I suppose.
This break will be what you need. Come back to the project with a fresh new perspective and we totally bang out that disease. And how long are you in the university? 2 years?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
In an amount of time. Now we should go back, get something to eat, and you can help me with my fingering.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, she's taken up like flute, guitar,
Oh.
instruments.
Oh, you can just use a mug. Instead of holding the frets.
No, but I mean, I might as well get used to it.
Maybe. You can use a mug to make the most important chords and then play any song from there. I mean, it's only particular finesse and plucking that, like, you can't do simply. It's good to learn the basics of how...
You also play.
Like a little bit. I'm familiar with it. I was a student that went to parties once too.
I have never been to a party.
Huh.
Because... Well, I'm River.
Doesn't seem like you're sane.
Maybe that's my fault. Or maybe I genuinely just wouldn't have any fun there. But I don't know. You were a teenager who went to parties. I feel that some form of artistic expression is essential to experiencing the human condition, and I have no ability to draw with any passion or flair. It's like a printer. I'm like a printer.
Interesting.
But music seems to work, even if I'm bad at it and I can't write lyrics for fuck.
Right. But can you draw original things, or do you just replicate things that already exist?
Every time I try to draw an original thing, it looks like a machine did it. It's just something about the way I am. Also, art is kind of hard with the blurring.
Right.
When you can see all the mistakes you might make, it kind of...
There are ways you can draw where you don't really make mistakes until the final stages, but... I think that kind of misses the point of an artistic endeavor. Music can be somewhat interesting too.
I thought so.
There's an amount of, well, physics that can be applied to it.
Resume.
Well, there's an amount of physics that can be applied to it, but that just doesn't seem to be enough in the end. There's something else there.
Oh, by the way, you're buying.
Aren't I always?
No. I mean, I don't get paid, but... Like, the locals still haven't worked out that they can't gamble against me.
They're reasonably good at cheating.
I don't have to cheat. Well, I suppose unless you consider counting cards cheating.
I don't typically.
Yeah, well, tell them to casinos.
There are also ways you can bounce dice. If you...
Like, it's just geometry.
Yeah. Well, the surface you're bouncing off is the most important part.
I understand materials very well. Look, bread. What's going to be tonight, fish or fish?
I'm partial to fish, but I'm also open to fish, or we could do fish.
Someone just bumps into you very rudely on the street. Oh, you should watch where you're going. Oh, it's one of you.
Oh,
The American fascist.
You're gonna act like this wasn't intentional. I'm the fascist. I don't think you understand how fascism
He
works.
admits it. He is the fascist. This is the level of banter we're getting?
Yeah.
No, really?
They don't call them the red banter.
You're being very rude. You bumped into me. Are you not going to apologize?
Oh, you bumped into me.
Nonsense. I had the right of way, walking calmly down the street. When you cripple, you lurched into my way. Is that what happened?
No.
Is that what happened? Because it looked to me like someone. Maybe if that's what you think happened, you shouldn't be piloting zeppelins around. You can crash into a mountain or the planet. You know, some little thing like that.
Yeah, I don't think a sudden zag is walking calmly down there.
You're very disrespectful. Such a disgrace.
And I'm the disgrace.
Come on, Hans. Let them go. You know we'll get in trouble if we beat them up. Yeah, they should not be around. They do not know the proper ways, huh? All the local villagers are like, that cripple. What a piece of shit. I don't know, are they? But then you stop anyway, you fucker.
Yeah. You couldn't have just gone to the end of the song.
Oh, I don't know. We'll keep that secret so you don't know. They swagger off towards the palace. I just lost so much fear of Nazis.
Uber Rocket's good at putting you in it, though.
It's not as bad as people say.
I think I've only been punched in the face by him. I don't think I've ever had a real conversation with him.
Kind of knowledgeable.
I don't doubt it. You don't stick around for that long without knowing a few things. What?
Nothing. Oh, we've arrived.
Is the bread merchant pleased to see us as usual?
Oh, sure. I've forgotten the bread merchant's voice. It's a woman, isn't it?
I think it's generic Asian, dude.
Oh, okay. No problem. I got that 100%. Oh, what do you want?
Same as usual.
Oh, okay. Usual. Bread then.
Is this enough?
Sure.
I'll pay him.
There we go.
Yeah.
Oh, that guy. Chinese things.
No. Say farewell. I mean, because the thing is, I speak Chinese at this point, so
Yeah. I'm assuming this whole conversation is happening in Mandarin.
I jump across languages, so when I'm talking to Just River, it's in English, but when I'm talking because I can talk to those guys in German, and then
Oh, they were speaking English.
they're speaking English. Right.
I probably should have said they were speaking Mandarin so they could, because the whole point was just to piss on you in front of everyone,
Oh, okay.
but they weren't.
No, as it turns out, most Nazis just schoolyard bullies.
Schoolyard bullies who have caused massive amounts of damage. And schoolyard bullies just kind of burnt hair and make fun of... I don't want to talk about that.
Right. I mean, in terms of personality. It's the same sort of nonsense. You see this in some professions.
So
too.
what you're saying is Debbie Weintler is a Nazi.
Well, they seem to enjoy calling non-fascists fascists while being fascists themselves.
God, it's almost like Twitter.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I can't say that. That doesn't exist in my world. And there's many other improvements. Don't you wish you lived in my fictional dystopia?
Not right now!
I'm guessing you want to get underway as soon as possible, then.
Well, yeah, I mean, do you need a hand with the calculations?
No, I've done them.
You've done them?
I'm not sure you'd be that much help, to be honest. I'd have to explain so much that the time it would take at this point would exceed the gains from the... I'm not being an arrogant ass. It's the efficiency of time. I just came off like an arrogant ass, though, didn't I? Shut up, he hasn't noticed.
Noticed what?
Look at that! An elephant!
An elephant.
She says, pointing to the sky.
An elephant.
Runs inside.
Does the cloud even look like an elephant?
What cloud?
Damn it.
That's one of my favourite Schwarzenegger things. He's like, look at elephant!
In this direction!
He points upwards and look at elephant.
Yeah.
The guy goes like, what? It's like, it was so good. Well then, shall we go? This container is my food. Sorry, you're going to have to rely on the clothing you have there because
So we're jumping straight into my base, right?
no, we're jumping into a location I kind of pre-picked.
Okay.
And I'm really sorry in advance. Right,
Okay.
just picks you up under the armpits a bit. Okay, so that's about right.